Hey guys, welcome to Shay's Tube. Thank you for coming in. Today is Friday, September the 1st. Happy and blessed month of September, you guys. And I hope your September goes well for you, okay? I cannot believe how quick the month of August went. It seemed like it just started. These months are going so quick. Before you know it, it's going to be January 2024, y'all. So whatever goals you have to do that you made reservations for this year, make sure you get them all done, right? Because I'm definitely going to get all mine done. I'm going to get most of them done this month of September, and that's on everything. Welcome to all of my new subbies. Thank you so much for joining the family, and thank you to all my subbies that's been with me for the longest. Y'all, don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoy what you are hearing, and also hit the bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel, y'all. Okay, that's very important to subscribe to the channel and to thumb up. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. Okay, hold on. So again, I decided to do this video early because today is Friday. I got a lot to do. I got a lot of errands to make. I got to pay my rent. I got a lot of stuff to do today, y'all. A lot. I need to make a couple phone calls. I need to actually put my son's grades in my grade book, and I need to check out the program that he's supposed to be starting. And I need to look at that to make sure I want him to start there next week, or I may just let him wait until January. So I may have to homeschool him until January, and then in January he will be doing the charter school homeschooling. And plus, they do homeschooling 3 days at home, then 2 days at the campus. So that's what he'll be doing in January and stuff. So I won't have to worry about accreditation, just going through a lot of stuff when you homeschool and everything. But yeah, I got a lot to do today, so that's why I came in here and did this live. I'm basically almost ready for my day. But, when I get off this live, I got to still finish my exercise and condition, put some stuff in my hair and things like that. And then I'm going to get out of here and be out for all day. But anyway, y'all, get y'all something to drink, get you something to eat. We're going to have a good conversation today. We're going to talk about 20 plus life-saving things you can do, in case of emergencies or any type of emergency situation. We're going to talk about that. I actually feel like that's a very important topic to go over, because you never know when you may be into a situation and you need to know what to do. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's, something that you should know. All right. Let's see who's in the chat. Okay, nobody. This is Nightbot. All right. So welcome to everybody in the bushes. And as people come in, and then I'll say hi to them in the chat. Again, I know a lot of people are at work, so it don't really matter. I'm still going to do this video like I always say, and then people can watch it in the replay. I want to thank everybody who came out last night, because it was late when I did that live, and actually came out to show support. And then when I looked at the views afterwards, it was okay. It was improved and everything. So I guess they liked that topic last night and everything. Doing YouTube and topics is very hard to do, okay? Because for my channel, I try to pick out stuff that I think people will want to know. I know they like foolishness more than anything, but I really seriously can't devote my channel to a bunch of foolishness. I mean, every now and then, like on Fridays, sometime like when I come on a weekend, I can do some real foolish stuff, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I like my channel to be a little bit more giving out real information to help people, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. All right, so let me go ahead and do the Copyright Disclaimer Act, and then we're going to get ready to start off with this live. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so the Copyright Disclaimer Act, under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research, etc. That entire copyright is in my description area of this video. It will be in the comments section, and some of it is scrolling across the screen. And let me just go ahead and say this. If you want to show financial support to this channel, you can do that by Cash Apping $ShadesTube to show support for this channel. Okay, and thank you in advance. All right now, so we are going to have just a little breaking news that I'm going to go over today. Otherwise, we're going to go into this topic, and I need to do the breaking news really fast because I can't be here all day doing this video. Because anytime I do a video, I usually have a straight up schedule all day. I work by a schedule every day. One thing that I know in life, if you don't have a schedule and be organized, things just don't go smooth. Okay. When you do have a schedule and you are organized, you feel like you accomplish a lot. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I believe in a schedule every single day, even on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? And it just works out better for me like that. This is exactly why I do this channel like a job. Because for me, um, if I don't do it like a job, I probably won't be getting up here doing videos. You know, I wouldn't show up half of the time. It just would be a trip. And I like to be consistent. I like to do what I say I'm gonna do, and I love having things run by a schedule if possible. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so y'all, I got my big old cup of collagen. Let me show y'all what it look like. And this is what I'm drinking. It's probably a little cool now because I usually drink it kind of hot because it's nasty as ever. But I usually just drink this junk right now. So that's collagen. I don't drink this every day. It look tripped out, don't it? Look nasty. Okay, but I do drink it every other day. And I wish I would have known about this years ago because I think it's a good idea to start drinking this in your 40s when you turn 40 because you start losing a lot of collagen and it just speeds up as you get older. Okay, and so collagen keeps the elasticity in your skin along as well as other things. So I think it's good to do this. And then they just came out with a study that says that they do think that your body do get some of this collagen, you know, from the powder or if you take supplements. And so that's why I take it. It just does a lot of things. And as you age, I do not want to be looking like some people be looking out here with their face sunken in and looking a hot ass mess. Like I told you guys before, I believe in aging gracefully and just taking care of yourself and just, you know, doing well for your body. The only thing that I need to work on is getting enough sleep at night, going to bed because my ass can stay up. I can stay up almost all night long and then function the next day like I've been to sleep, which is not good. And another thing I need to work on is that candy. I'm getting a little bit better, but I still be eating it. Okay. So I got to stop eating candy throughout the week and just give myself one treat. And this week coming up, I'm starting all over again. I'm going to have to do it this week. Shit. And stop using excuses. And that's another thing I know about us humans. We got an excuse. We have an excuse for everything that doesn't go right, or if we do something that we don't supposed to do. We always got excuses for everything. And I don't know why we have excuses. Sometimes it is an actual reason why we do things, but sometimes we just make excuses because we don't want to face reality. You know what I'm saying? So we need to stop making these excuses and do what we need to do. Because like when you make excuses for not eating healthy, not exercising, not taking care of yourself, the only person is going to hurt more than anybody else is yourself. Like I always tell people, when you are in the hospital, right, and you're sick, nobody's going to sit there with you all day. Even if they do, they're not feeling what you feel. Always remember that. They're not feeling what you feel. Only you feel that. So that's why, you know, I try to take care of myself pretty well. And that's what I'm going to tell myself every time I want to eat candy. Because no one is going to be there with you when you have to do the, what's the name, insulin thing. Even though they got improvements with that now, you don't necessarily have to stick yourself with a needle. You can use this other little thing now. But still, who wants to be bothered with diabetes, especially when you already been warned? You know what I'm saying? You get a warning before you catch diabetes from a lot of people. I don't know about every person because sometimes kids are born. I don't know if they are born with diabetes, but they have it with their kid. And sometimes your body just, you know, your pancreas just don't, you know, work as it should. And some people just get diabetes. But for people who get diabetes because they eating a lot of sugary products and white rice and white bread and things like that, you had a warning sign. And so we need to definitely adhere to these warning signs and do what we need to do. Because when you catch diabetes, you are the one that's going to be going through everything. Nobody else is. And that's on everything. So now I'm going to drink some of this collagen for a minute, guys. If you go get you some water or whatever you drink, something to eat. If you're on your lunch break, eat your lunch, check me out for a few minutes, and hey, learn some things today, okay? Hold on for a second. And like I told y'all, when I do that collagen, I usually drink it all at one time. I didn't drink it all the way down this time because the shit is nasty. If you actually sit there and think about it, you don't want to drink it. But when you think about the benefits that it does for your body, that'll make you drink it. You know what I'm saying? And I do. And I'm gonna tell y'all one more time before we start this topic too. Remember when I was telling you guys, go get your lab work done and everything, and make sure your D3, the vitamin D is where it's supposed to be at. And if not, your doctors will probably prescribe vitamin D3 to you, because I'm telling you, if your vitamin D3 is low, that's why a lot of times people catch a lot of colds and other sickness. I was catching a cold about almost 2 weeks ago, right? And as soon as I started feeling the cold symptoms, I started taking my vitamin D3 every single day. Okay. And now, mind you, I also take vitamin C as well. Okay. And magnesium. But I'm telling you that vitamin D3 ain't no joke. Okay. I just had like a touch of cold. I still just cough a very little now. I cough a very little now, and that's it. It never progressed into a cold that I would normally get. I didn't get that stuff in my throat. I didn't get anything. You know what I'm saying? Besides a little cough. So I'm telling you, when you think you're feeling sick or whatever the case is, you better start taking that vitamin C. Ask your doctor, can you take vitamin D3 before you just start taking it? Because too much vitamin D3 can also do stuff to you. But vitamin C, and if you can't take vitamin D, those things, D3 does a wonder. Plus, I take turmeric. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. And I told you before, one time I had lab work done, they said I had inflammation in my body, right? When I started taking that turmeric, like my cardiologist told me to do, all that inflammation is gone. Can you believe that? So listen, don't be letting these people tell you that some of these things don't work. One thing that I do know is that that world of ours would tell you certain things don't work because they want to keep you buying. Hey, West Adam, thank you for coming in. They want you to keep on buying products and going to the doctor because you're sick and things like that. There are a lot of natural things that you can take to stop certain things. Okay. Like for one, exercise, stretching. It does a lot of stuff for you, especially when you start aging. Once you start turning 40, even though I didn't feel anything at 40, I still felt like I was like 29, things like that. Because I have always been exercising, okay? But once you start doing these exercises, you don't try to do the same exercises that I do or other people do, because I've been exercising since I was 18, okay? So you do whatever works for you. Because when you watch some of these people on YouTube and on TV, they give you all these exercises, but they don't tell you you can do other type of exercises to get the same benefit. See, you have to do exercises that work for you and that you can do. And it all depends on how healthy you are and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to do 200 crunches in the gym. You know how you put your hand up on that machine and you up there and you pull your legs up to you? That's what I used to do. Okay, now I went to the gym 2 years ago and I tried to do them, and I could only do like 10. So I don't do those type of crunches anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because I hadn't been in the gym like that, like I used to. So I do the other crunches. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I do. So that's what you have to do. You have to do whatever works for you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have to change exercises when you get older too, because some certain things you may not be able to do. You know what I'm saying? And just like I used to run track. I don't like running, so instead of running, I just walk. You see what I'm saying? So it's so many different things that you can do versus some of the exercises you see online. Just like squats, for example. First thing you have to make sure you're doing squats correctly. A lot of people don't do them right. My physical therapist showed me how to do them correctly. Okay, and she was like, "You do a squat like you're sitting in a chair. Just pretend like you are sitting in a chair." And that is the way that I do squats most of the time. And then depending on how far you hold you put your legs at, it determines what type of results you will see from the squats. Okay, a lot of people don't know that. Some people do squats and they be like, because they do it for their butt, and they be like, my butt is not getting bigger, it's getting smaller, because it depends on how you position your feet and legs. Okay, same thing with the stomach. If you want to get rid of your stomach, you have to do exercises that target the stomach area, just like the arms. Now, the flabbiness underneath your arm is very hard to tone that up, okay? Because that comes as you start getting older, but you can make it somewhat toned, and you can also make it look a little better. And some women are blessed with that they don't really have it. You know what I'm saying? And the exercises that they do for their upper arms, the biceps, I think that's what you call it, it actually works for them. But I still believe in doing exercises, even if it's not working 100% on the arm area, because it still would tone it up a little bit and make it look a little bit more firmer and a little bit better. Study, every time you move your arm, you see that jiggling back and forth, looking a hot mess. Hey, Ryan, thank you for coming in. So it's a lot of things that we can do to make aging more gracefully for you, for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Versus sitting up there watching TV, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, eating everything in the restaurant and at home. And then you wonder why you get sick. You wonder why you have headaches. You wonder why you're overweight. You wonder why you feel sad because you're aging. You wonder why you're going through all these things. A positive mindset, healthier eating, just looking the best that you can, being positive, focused, have some type of organization going on, bringing a lot of positive people in your life and being calm, patient. All of this, along with other things, plays a huge role into aging gracefully and just being happier in life. Okay, and that's on everything. And I can tell you firsthand, it works because I do all of this. You know what I'm saying? One day I'll stop being so damn shy and crazy about being on camera, and stuff, and you'll see. And I'll tell you my actual age, and you will see that all these exercises and all of the stuff that I do, it works. Now, granted, I do have some good genes. I'm not gonna lie, but still, it doesn't mean that just because you got good genes don't mean you can't be looking a hot ass mess if you don't keep yourself up. You know what I'm saying? So I believe in taking care of yourself. Fuck all this being on YouTube all day, sitting up at a computer, not doing exercises, not going out to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying? You got to do all of this. That's why I do YouTube by a schedule. And for anybody out there watching that I am subscribed to and they watches my videos, let me let y'all know something about Shades Too. I don't watch your videos because you watch mine. I watch your videos because I like watching them. Okay, I try to. I can't watch everybody's channel that I'm subscribed to. It's just impossible. I'm super busy. I can't be at all of your lives because I am super busy for real, for real. Okay. So therefore, if I don't be in a live, then I try to go back and watch your videos. But I cannot watch everybody's video that I'm subscribed to. I'm subscribed to a lot of people. So what I try to do, I try to watch the people videos that I just basically start subscribing to and that they do come and watch some of my stuff because I don't expect nobody to come and watch me every day either or sit here the whole entire time. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't see me in your live every single time you do a live, or if you notice that I don't watch every video you do, just know I'm going to watch your videos. It's just that I can't sit in front of a computer all day watching videos, and plus I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? And I don't watch people's videos because they watch mine or subscribe to them because they subscribe to me. Because you can subscribe to me, but if I look at your channel, I don't like it, I'm not subscribing back. Okay? So, because I know when people do this, they don't watch your videos. You see what I'm saying? So I have to be interested I have to be interested in the things that you do. Okay? Point blank. So that's the way I do. So you guys can know, and another thing too, if I subscribe to your channel, it doesn't mean you have to subscribe back. Okay, so that's another thing, because you got to be interested in my channel. Now, here on my channel, I don't just do lives. So if you're not interested in this, then you can go watch the shopping hauls. If you're not interested in that, then you can watch when I be going different places and putting up videos. So it's different things on my channel. Okay, and I did that on purpose because everybody don't want to hear me talk all damn day. Everybody don't want to watch shopping hauls. Everybody don't want to see me go to LA or to the zoo or wherever I go. Okay, or everybody don't want to watch the shorts when I be dancing and doing things like that. So that's why I do a variety of things on my channel. Okay, and again, let me tell you again, the reason why I don't like being on camera is about the same reason why I don't like to be on camera at all. Period. Is because my ass is always messing up. You see, I do this all the time. I'm not even on camera. You know what I'm saying? So you have to excuse my bloopers. Even if I get on camera a couple times, I'm never going to stay on camera the entire time because of something about being on camera and people watching me. It's like I'm thinking they're waiting on me to make a mistake. Just like sometimes when I talk and I'm not on camera, I be thinking about the same thing. What's up, Dun Play? What's up? What's up? Thank you for coming in. All right. So that's just me. You can see me all over my YouTube shorts. You can go look at earlier videos, especially the videos where I did what you call those things, the lottery reveal. I got on camera every time for a couple minutes, to tell people that I just bought some lottery tickets. But you can see Shades Too there. You can also find me on TikTok. There I am. Okay. But on here, I'm not gonna be on camera all the time at all. I was on camera a couple times on this though. Yeah, I don't know if y'all caught it. I did a whole video, but I took it down because I was, arguing, with somebody and stuff. Shit. But I had to take that down and stuff. My ass told so many jokes. It was so funny. I'll never forget it. I told so many jokes on that video, man. It was a damn epic performance. Honestly, I could be a stand-up comedian. But, since I was saying not so good things, people were laughing and shit like that. It's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take it down, you know, and everything. But yeah, so that's why. So don't be asking me why come I don't get on camera like you don't see me on YouTube Shorts. Those are current videos. Okay, I just did them. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go take a look at the other videos that I did when I did the lottery reveal. Okay, those are current too. I mean, they're not as current as those YouTube videos because I just like the one I put up. I just did that the other day. Okay, I do a bunch of videos together because I don't have time to be sitting here doing YouTube videos and shorts and TikTok videos all day. I have an actual busy ass schedule. And with me, if I have to homeschool my son for a couple months, I'm just going to get even more busier. And then I'll be dealing with a lot of nutty fruitcake people too. And they just like, they don't know how to do things. And I got to tell them how to do things. It's like grown ass men. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't even make no sense. So there's a lot of stuff that I be doing all day long. I'm telling you guys, I be busy all damn day. But you know what? I like being busy. I don't like being bored. Okay. I don't like sitting around. All right. So I like doing that. Just like I come in here and do a video. Like last night, I didn't think I was going to do my video. And I decided to come home because I'm like, damn, girl, you like a workaholic or something, don't you? I don't give a damn what job you do. You be at work all damn day. Even when I taught school, I was at work all day because I would get off from teaching and then I would go to another job. You see what I'm saying? And then I would still go work out at the gym. And then I would still take care of my kids. At that time, I was single with, my other two kids and stuff like that. I've been like this forever, okay? At one time, I was working like 2 and 3 jobs when I lived in Cleveland, So no more 2 and 3 jobs, though. You know what I'm saying? That's a hard-ass job. And then I was going to college at the same time. Sometimes I'll be trying to figure out how did I do all these things. That's why I don't believe people when they say they can't do certain things, because I'm going to tell you straight up, y'all know I had my daughter too damn young and my son too. Let's keep it real. But I still graduated high school with good grades. I still went to college and finished that. I didn't get a chance to finish my master's degree because I ran out of money and things and everything. But I still did all of this. You know what I'm saying? I was breastfeeding while I was doing my college work. Even when I had my oldest daughter, I was in school. I was in high school. Okay? And the thing about it, when I had her, I was never fast or anything else. I was always shy, quiet, but damn, not that damn smart when it came to boys. Okay? And that's on everything and stuff. But yeah, that was a damn trip. But I still managed to graduate high school with good grades. I was going to a medical high school, and I still managed to take care of my daughter pretty good. Even though I was young as shit, I always felt like we were sisters, and because our age difference is not too far apart. And I'm going to say again, 16, 17, 18, 19 for me is too young to have children. Okay. The best age for me, if I could do it all over again, would be around 27. All right. Because by that time you are all the way mature. You got your career in order. You may have a nice place. When you are more prepared, you don't struggle and things like that. And plus you need to watch who you choose to have children with and marry. And that's on everything. Okay. Now, even though I was blessed with all of mine, okay, but still, I wouldn't recommend, no one, unless they just really want some kids like that early, having children like at 17, 18, 16, 15, 19, 20, 21. You're still a child yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed that when I had my other daughter, I was more mature, grown as ever, just more patience, everything. And Lord knows when I had these last 3, I was definitely more calmer, more everything, more mature, had a husband, you know what I'm saying? All of that. It just was way better. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely have to watch the choices we make in life, the things that we do, and we got to stay focused and learn from our mistakes and don't repeat them. And stop focusing on foolishness so much, because we do focus on a lot of foolishness. We really do. You know what I'm saying? Especially certain people. You know what I'm saying? They focus on a lot of foolishness. I see it every day on YouTube. People will go watch foolish videos versus watching the videos when people are telling you real things. That's society as a whole. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do that. That's why a lot of people don't be knowing crap. That's on everything. Let me drink the rest of this nasty, nasty collagen. Hold on for a minute. Now, I never finish it all the way, y'all. But as you see, most of it's gone. It was all the way filled up too. And this, I don't know how much this is, but it's a lot. But yeah, this shit is nasty, but it's beneficial for the body, and you need to drink it. Then I need to dust. This damn dress, I need to put all my jewelry up. I got so much jewelry, y'all can even when I mean costume jewelry and some regular jewelry too. And but I'm gonna tell you one jewelry store I'm not buying no more jewelry from. Okay, and maybe I shouldn't say it, but I will say it. Daniels. Okay, because I bought a necklace from there, right? I'm thinking that the necklace was real. Okay, so when I found out that it wasn't, she was like, "You can bring it back in and change it to a real one." But the thing about it, I'm like, why are you selling costume jewelry for so much if it's not real? You know what I'm saying? Why are you guys selling costume jewelry for all this money and it's not real? Why would I want to pay $300, $400, $500 for a fake chain or $800 when you can go get a real one? You put a couple more hundreds, you can get a real one. So I'm gonna start when I buy jewelry. I'm gonna start making a little bit more smarter choices when it comes to that. Because these jewelry stores be selling you shit. It don't even be real all the way. It be just a little gold in it, a little white gold in it, and then they sell it to you for all this money. And then the shit start turning like a rust color. You wondering why. You think you want to wear this mess. Okay? And it doesn't matter that you can go back and take it and get another necklace. I'm just saying you still pay for that thing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I think I'm gonna just start being a little bit more selective when buying jewelry and stuff like that, just like I do with clothing, because they be charging you all this stuff for this junk, and that shit don't even be 100% real. Take your gold, your so-called yellow gold necklaces and white gold necklaces, and get it appraised, and you'll find out what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You could, like one thing that I did learn from knowing people in different countries and from having like a Arabian friend when I used to teach school, she showed me her jewelry, her gold. Her gold was a different color than mine. It was more yellowish. And she told me her necklace was 100% gold. That's the type of gold I want around my neck, all right? So I try to get close to it when I get, 24 karat gold, but it's still not like theirs, you know? So we got to be very cautious in this stuff that we buy because a lot of times we're not getting what we think we are getting. Just like in cars, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I got my Nissan out there, Nissan Rogue. They charge you all this money for this car, right? But yet, I mean, it's the basic one. I'm not gonna lie. I would looked at the most expensive one, the second most expensive one. But for me, I was like, I'm not gonna be paying for this truck. This thing is too big. It's gonna use a lot of gas. Of course, it looks really good. It was like had everything in it, but I just did not feel comfortable with the car note or with the fact that I would have to put so much gas in it, and it was just too big, you know. I mean, for stylish purposes, and it looked like I got some money or some shit. I guess I could have got it, but I don't give a crap about all that. You know what I'm saying? So I got just the basic one, and because it was cheaper, it was only 30,000. It was cheaper, and I just felt like I would be able to pay that car note more comfortable. But the thing about it, $30,000 is not a little bitty money. Okay, so look, the arm rest thing, right? That you put your arm on, it's already cracking. When I take the damn car back to Nissan in a week, they're gonna fix that, okay? Because there is no reason why that should be cracking, okay? Like even when I bought the steering wheel cover thing they put on it at Nissan, it started tearing up like 3 months afterwards. I took that car back up there and made them replace that, okay, and put it on there for me. Just like when I first got the car, they were telling my husband that they couldn't they would have to drill holes in there to put tags on it, and it cost this much money. Child, please. I took the car back, and they didn't actually tell my husband. They told me that, and I called him up and told him that. And he was like, "You tell them that they don't need to do all that. Just put the tag up there." And that's exactly what I told them, and they put it up there for free. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, 30,000 may be cheap compared to the other roads and stuff. Of course, it is, but $30,000 is still a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Nissan should have put a little more things in the car, for that amount of money. I don't know. Everything is just lackluster. They want you to just pay all this money for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Before they do extra stuff, which is crazy. It's not like the car costs 15,000 or anything like that. So I just think we need to stop accepting just the low things. I think we need to go for the best that we can go for. You know what I'm saying? Don't settle for anything. Like even when you look for a place to live, that's what kept me out of the ghettos because I never accepted living in the ghetto. Okay, I just didn't. Even when I was single, I would work 2 or 3 jobs to make sure that my kids went to the best schools, and I lived in the suburbs, and all of that. And that's the same way that I am now. So we need to stop just accepting lower, okay, and start going for the best that we can afford. And that's just on everything. All right. So now let's go ahead and go over this little breaking news, and then we're gonna go over this topic, and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay, y'all? Let's do that. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. All right. So don't forget this is Friday, anything goes. Okay. Okay, where's the stories? I always be on a whole other thing. Okay, let's see. Okay. I really don't have but like three stories. Okay, it's gonna be brief. So I won't be spending too much time on breaking news. Okay, let's see what time it is. 12:48. So, an Indiana man accused of killing 4-year-old cousin while disciplining him for putting shoes on the wrong feet. That is crazy. 33-year-old Indiana man is accused of disciplining his 4-year-old cousin to the point of death after the boy put his shoes on the wrong feet and sitting on the toilet instead of standing like a regular boy, according to authorities. So he beat the child probably, right? Because a little boy, 4 years old, put his shoes on wrong, and because he sat on the toilet versus standing up. That is crazy. Anyway, police responded to a report of a child having a potential seizure on July the 28th in Indiana to find a 4-year-old boy soaking wet in the middle of a room full of smoky haze that police believe to be from weed, according to an affidavit of probable cause obtained by Law and Crime. The boy, Keandre Jolly, had no visible signs of injury, but one of his pupils appeared to be constricted and the other appeared blown, which police said is indicative of a head injury, according to the affidavit. That's crazy, man. The child was airlifted to a children's hospital in Indianapolis and was later pronounced dead on August the 1st. Today, after failing to regain consciousness, according to the affidavit. This got to be last year. At the hospital, visible injuries on the child appeared, including significant bruising along his body and a pattern of injury that could not be attributed to medical condition, according to the affidavit. His death was ruled a homicide, per the affidavit. Montreal Jolly allegedly told investigators he was disciplining his cousin, Keandre Jolly, by forcing the young child to wall sit after the boy. What the hell is child? What is wall sits? To wall sits after the boy had put his shoes on the incorrect feet, per the affidavit. Jolly let the child leave the position to use the bathroom, but reportedly became upset after the child sat on the toilet to urinate instead of standing up like a regular boy, according to the affidavit. Jolly allegedly forced the boy to use the bathroom standing up, then made him go back to doing wall sits, according to the affidavit. All the while, the boy was reportedly crying and yelling that he would put his shoes on the right feet, according to the affidavit. I'm tired of him saying, according to the affidavit. Let me show you this dude who did this. And then let me show you this little boy as well. 4 years old, he doing all this to this little baby. Cute little boy too. Let's see. So the boy then attempted to put his shoes on the correct feet, but was unable to get it right, and Jolly made him do more wall sits. Jolly allegedly told investigators the boy continued to whine, but then suddenly stopped making any noise, and Jolly saw he had fallen to the ground near the corner of the door frame with blood escaping from his mouth, according to the affidavit. The boy would not wake up, and Jolly allegedly put him in the bathtub and showered him in cold water in an attempt to wake him up, per the affidavit. The boy's mother, Jason Teenage, what the hell is up with all these names? My gosh. Jason Teenage Jolly was home at the time. I know she don't pronounce her name like that. It has to be Jason Tina. I don't know. It's probably Jason Tina. I don't know. Jasontina. Okay. Anyway, she was at home at the time unloading groceries while the wall sit punishment was happening, and reportedly sent the boy's father a text telling him his son was having a seizure, but only allegedly called 911 20 minutes later, according to the affidavit. The police were called to investigate excuse me, the incident after the boy was taken to the hospital, and staff suspected he had suffered non-accidental trauma, the affidavit said. A search of the home found marijuana and multiple blood stains in the bedroom, as well as a nylon belt, a screwdriver, and two extension cords on the floor of the bedroom, according to the affidavit. Now, what was he doing with a screwdriver and extension cords? Jolly was charged with murder, neglect of a dependent resulting in catastrophic injury, aggravated battery, and battery resulting in death to a person less than 14 years old. He was also charged as a habitual offender due to 3 prior felony convictions. If convicted, he could face between 45 and 65 years in prison for murder, with an extra 8 years to 20 years if he is convicted for being a habitual offender, the outlet reported. This is not the first time Jolly has been charged with murder in the state. In 2011, he was charged with 2 counts, each of murder, robbery, and assisting a criminal related to a 2009 killing, according to the Lafayette Journal and Courier. He pleaded guilty to just 1 count of assisting a criminal, and the judge dismissed the other counts. Anyway, a GoFundMe was set up for the child. But the thing about it is, if the mom knew her cousin or whatever he is to her, uncle or whatever, I don't know, is a fucking murderer, why would she let this dude watch her son? And then she was there, okay, when he was making a little boy do wall sits, whatever that is. I guess you sit up against the wall and then you like you're sitting down. I guess that's what that is. She was there putting groceries in the house. And I wonder if she was charged too, because she should have been charged too. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Casey said that mother had to know that this man was beating her child. This is probably the type of home that this child was brought into. It doesn't take that long to bring groceries in or hear your child crying for help. She needs to be charged. Also, this isn't the first time this man has done this type of abuse. She knows this. She knows this. They were probably doing drugs and abusing this child at the same time. Why wasn't this man at work instead of in the house abusing a child? Don't even waste the tax-paid people money having a trial. Just put them where they belong. Then have the audacity to ask for a GoFundMe. Go to work. Okay. I heard that because he shouldn't be at home. That's on everything. He should be at work. He should have been at work. Secondly, the mom knew her relative was a murderer, along with some other things he did. He committed crime all the damn time, continuously. So why would you have this type of dude watching your child? Then I'm sure he had other things on him that indicates that he was beaten before. This dude was abusive. I know the mom knew. Okay, you can hear when you bring groceries in. Damn. Okay, so Marty said he had been charged with 2 counts of murder in the past in 2011 and is out on the streets. The judge needs to go to prison too. Right, why was he out? Some of his charges got dismissed. Some of these people who have committed crimes do not need to be out here, okay, point blank, especially the ones that continue to do it. You would think you would learn when you went to prison the first time or jail, and then you come right back out and do stupid shit again to get right back in jail or prison. If that isn't the stupidest shit I ever seen, slap me. Okay, it's very stupid. If you knew your ass was in jail once before and you didn't like it, or prison before, Why would you go out and do the same crimes or even other crimes again so you can get caught? That's crazy. Lynn said all little kids put shoes on the wrong feet. You don't beat a child to death over this. Prison for life. Prayers to the family of the loss of their child. Somebody said prison for life, but it needs to be in general population so the inmates can serve the same punishment to this worthless monster. The child's mom needed to be charged too. She did nothing and waited 20 minutes before calling for medical help. She called the baby's dad first. And then she called 911, I think, something like that. And yeah, my son was putting his shoes on the wrong feet for a long time. I never once hit him. I was like, damn. When he started getting older, because he was lazy, he didn't want to do it right. He wasn't putting his shoes on wrong then. But what he was doing, he was not tying his shoes up. So you know what I started doing? I started letting him get embarrassed. I would tell him to tie his shoes up out in public, right? And shit, eventually it worked that he started learning how to tie his shoes. Because I was still tying them away shoes, okay, for him. Then I stopped one day because I was like, I'm doing too much. And I started like telling him, tie your shoes right now. Just tie them up yourself. And he'll notice that people will be watching him tie his shoes. So he actually, looked at the YouTube videos that I showed him. He learned how to tie his shoes. You don't have to beat no child to death to make them do stuff. Sometimes you get out there in public, you tell them, tie your shoes up or put your shoes on the right feet now. They know everybody's watching them, so they go ahead and put them on right. And they tie their shoes up and everything. Just like when he used to be throwing tantrums when he was little, right? Because, I used to buy him toys every Friday. And so when I stopped, sometimes I would miss that Friday and wouldn't get it. This little boy would get mad, y'all, and be knocking stuff off of shelves in stores. Everybody would be like, okay, it's okay. He's so cute. It's okay. And I was like, I don't matter about him being cute. This is a no-no because your ass is going to get older. You're going to be doing the same thing. So the final straw was one day I was at Walmart of all the places. And I forgot, I told him he couldn't get a toy. Y'all, the boy took his hand and slapped my glasses straight off my face. I was so damn mad at him. I wanted to spank his ass, right? So this old lady was watching, and she was like, I know you're going to spank him, right? That's exactly why he does this. And that day, I took him out of that car and spanked them on his butt. Because you can spank them on their butt in the state of California. Was we in California? Yeah, we was here. In the state of California, you can spank them on their butt. And that's exactly what I did. And told him never put his hands on me again. And certainly don't slap my glasses off. And I told him also, you don't have to get a toy every time you come to the store. And he finally stopped doing that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to let them do certain things out in public so they can get embarrassed. And then you tell them, to do it right or you correct it. But don't be abusive or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I don't know why people do, these crazy things, get mad at a 4-year-old because he's putting his shoes on wrong. And because he's sitting on the toilet. A lot of little kids sit on the toilet like that. Little boys do. They don't know how to stand up and aim because they'll pee outside of the toilet. My son sat on the toilet too. You know what I'm saying? They have to learn how to stand up and aim and all that stuff without peeing everywhere. But some people don't need kids. I said that before. That's why you need to think, practice safe sex, and just think before you get pregnant. And then you having all these kids, you really don't want them. Anyway, Lockie said, poor beautiful little baby. My son sat to pee when he was 4 because during potty training, it was easier for him. He and the mother should go to prison. She allowed this man to kill her child. I agree. Okay, all boys sit on the toilet at first. It's something they have to learn to stand up, like I just said. Yeah. Somebody said, have to wonder if that's how the uncle was raised. Probably so. Okay, probably so. A lot of times these criminals get stuff and learn these criminal activities at home, or either they don't get disciplined correctly, or either they get influenced by other people. It's just a lot of things that can play a role into why people choose a life of crime and do criminal activities. But sometimes if it goes back to how they were raised too, you know what I'm saying? So okay, let's see what else somebody else said. Robert said he made it to jail. That's what I'm talking about. When police be mistakenly shooting people and they don't mean to do it, they don't do it to the right people, y'all. They just don't. They should have mistakenly did him like that. That's on everything. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, somebody else asked, what is a wall sit? I'm sure a wall sit is when you put your you back against the wall, right? and then you like you sitting down against the wall. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure. Let me look it up. What is a wall sit? I want to know what that is too. Okay, so okay, just like I said, so that's a wall sit. Just what I was just saying. I may start doing those. Those are like a good exercise to do for a minute. They said this help with your back and stuff. So that's the wall seat. So you made a 4-year-old stand against the wall doing that. Okay, like you're sitting in a chair. Anyway, that exercise will strengthen your quadriceps muscles. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, they place their back against the wall with their feet shoulder width apart in little ways out from the wall. So he was making that little boy do that. Okay, and that's just not a good exercise for a 4-year-old to be doing. Okay. Anyway, that's it improves your balance, strengthen your core, help build hard to target muscles like calves, and increase mindfulness. So he was having them do that because he thought maybe, I guess, he would learn how to put his shoes on right. I don't know. He's 4 years old. What do you expect? That is crazy. I wonder how long can I do that? I'm gonna have to see how long I can do that. How many seconds? If you do it for 100 seconds, no, 60 seconds, a female, that's excellent. If you do it between 45 to 60 seconds, it's good. If you do between 35 and 45 seconds, it's average. If you do it between 20 and 35 seconds, it's below average. I'm gonna see how long it take me to do it. Let's see what my thing is later. I'm not gonna do it now. Okay. Okay, but anyway, my prayers in sympathy goes out to the little boy's parents and to the other family members. And may the little boy rest in peace. And I hope for this dude, he gets what he deserves in prison. And that's just on everything. All right, so let's go ahead and go over this next story real quick, guys. Okay. And if I get any update on that story, I'll let you guys know about it too, okay? Okay, let's see. So anyway, remember yesterday when I was telling you guys about 50 Cent? Well, they got another story up here. Let's see, saying that he could possibly be charged, okay? They are investigating it, them throwing the microphone at a fan, okay? So 50 Cent is 48 years old, almost 50, huh? Okay. Anyway, Curtis Jackson was not targeting the fan. He just did it on mistake, okay? They said he was allegedly upset that the sound on his mic was not working correctly. Anyway, she did file a police report against 50 Cent on Wednesday. Law enforcement sources say that the musician had meant to toss the mic at a member of his crew, and the fan was not supposed to be standing in the front row area. Okay. The alleged victim, however, claimed that 50 Cent made direct eye contact with her before his toss. All right. 50 Cent, for his part, has not publicly addressed the incident or the police investigation. U.S. Weekly did reach out to him. So we will see how this goes. So now we know that she probably will file a lawsuit. She did a police report. Okay, so lawsuit is probably coming next as well. And he may be having, I think they said, let's see, what did they say charges? Battery, I think, I'm not sure. But I will update you guys when I find out. And I'm pretty sure he's going to get a lawsuit too. I just know he is. You know what I'm saying? I just know he is. And I'm trying to figure out why did they put Chris Brown picture up here instead of 50 Cent. They talking about 50 Cent, and then they put a picture of Chris Brown up here, just like they did on that the Montgomery fight. They had Trump picture up there. That's crazy. So look, why would you have this up here? Now, yes, in the story underneath, in the middle of the story about 50 Cent, they talked about Chris Brown, but I don't think they should ever had his picture up here, period, because the story is basically about 50 cents. That is crazy. Anyway, anywho said yellow journalism. Show Chris Brown picture, but storyline is about 50 cents. And only one line about Chris, which has nothing to do with anything. And I agree. And I think they did do that on purpose to get people to look at it more, I guess. Anyway, let's see what else. Bill said, this is a money grab. No, excuse me. This is a money grab. I get he threw it. I get that she got hit accidentally. I also get a money grab. If Jackson apologized and paid her medical bills and maybe a week or two salary paid for inconvenience, that should be enough. And I'm basing this off of the person's salary, be it 300,000 or 3 million, but not some $1 million settlement for nothing. And I said the same thing. This boy is up here to leave a message again. I told you this boy is weird. I say the same thing, right? I say, okay, so if I was in an audience, right, and that mic would have hit me, and I knew 50, okay, even if I didn't know him, if it hit me and it hurt me in my head, and if he came up to me or someone is people up and say, I'm gonna take care of the medical bills, I'll break you off a little something, as long as I don't have no real serious, you know, nothing serious arise from him throwing the mic, I would just let him pay the medical bills and whatever else he give me and be done with it. That's what I would have done. But you know how people are. They're going to try to get as much as money as they can. And they're going to do what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? All right. So anyway, my prayers are sending out to the lady who got hit. I think she works for Power 106 or something like that. And hopefully everything works out beneficially for everybody involved in this situation. And hopefully she does not sue him, but I see a pending lawsuit in the future. I really do. Now, remember the other day I was telling you this guy just comes out randomly and start playing on my phone or getting on my chat saying stupid shit. Okay, he took 2 days off. Now he's back. But I'm not even going to reply to his messages this time because he's a complete idiot. I noticed a trend with him. He don't get the attention that he so strive for from a certain person. He started contacting me. And that's so damn weird to me. And I hope he's in the bushes. If you're in the bushes, dude, you need to get help. It is like 3:09. You should be at work. You shouldn't be up here leaving text messages to me. Okay? I don't know why you do that. It's so crazy. It's like you got a mental problem or something. I'm really beginning to think you got some loose screws. That's on everything. I'm really beginning to think this. Okay? I see what you're doing here. Okay? If I could talk like I wanted to on this live, I would tell you some things, but I can't. But the thing about it, don't fucking call me when things are not going the way you planned, okay? And that's so everything. Now, let's go ahead and go into the next story, okay? And this is going to be the last one, I believe. Let me let you know this, guys. A circus trapeze lady, whatever you call it, people who walk through that little thing on a tightrope, she fell to her death, okay? I just want to let you guys know. I'm not going to read the story. That's why, you know what, I like seeing them do that little stunt, but I always thought it was a dangerous thing to do. And I don't know why they be doing all this weird stuff, and they don't have the little, the cables or nothing attached to them. They don't have anything at, below in case they fall. They just be up there doing the most. So anyway, they do have a salmonella outbreak linked to ground beef. Let's see where it's at. Let's see. Okay, I'm not going to read all this. So let's see. Let's see if they tell us which one it is. They didn't tell us who it is. Okay, they're just basically talking about it. But just check it out on your FDA for recall, ground beef. And you can just check that out to see if they still have it here. Because they have like a whole damn article, but yet they don't tell you what ground beef it is or anything else. Well, they did say the ground beef was sold at ShopRite grocery stores in Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York. Okay, so they do have that there. And it is linked to salmonella poisoning. Okay, gosh. All right, so there you go. Okay, one more story, and this is going to be it. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Hold on 1 second. So let me just tell you guys about Simon Cowell. Now, they claim that he's looking a little different. I seen Simon back in, let me think. I saw Simon Cowell back in, I think that was in July when we went to America's Got Talent. He looked like the same Simon Cowell to me because he stood up, talked to everybody. You could see him very well. And we wasn't sitting too far back or anything. Okay, so they claim this is what he's looking like now. It just looks like to me he got his face tightened up. Maybe some plastic surgery or some tightening up his face so he can look young. Because again, youthful appearance sells better in Hollywood. Okay, just on everything. When you're on TV or you're doing anything, any job that wants you to still look younger. That's just face reality. Anyway, they say he doesn't look like himself, so they are hoping and wondering if anything is wrong with him. Okay, but it looks like to me that he has had some type of stuff done to his face. Okay. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. So he did say he suffered from depression over the years, but described it as a character trait of his. He wished he had started therapy a decade ago and felt as if a weight has been dropped from his shoulders because now he was, now he's going to therapy for depression, I guess, where he went and everything. He said he believes that therapy has had a super positive effect on his life. Cowell has had his staff withhold the ratings of his multiple TV series, which he found to have bothered him. He also described therapy as the brain equivalent of looking out his body, saying that therapy is his head going to the gym. All right. Reflecting on his time in therapy, he said, "We are not all made of steel, and there's going to be times in our lives where you just need somebody to talk to." Now, in recent months, fans have raised concerns about his altered face. Cal has denied doing plastic surgery, but he admits to being a Botox fan. So you know what? That's what he probably got Botox because his face looked kind of stiff. His face looked kind of stiff. You know, so he probably you can see that's the Botox. You know, because they're gonna do what they got to do to try to look younger, and that's exactly. So I don't know why they start being concerned about his health because a lot of people get Botox, especially out here in Cali. Yeah, he do look a little different, but I see him in person, like I said in July, and up close, he's just looking like the same person to me. But I haven't seen him since July. We were supposed to go to Americans Got Talent this past Tuesday, but we didn't get a chance to go. I had to reschedule it, so we're gonna go probably next week or the week after. So I'm gonna look at him up close again and see, because in person he looks like the same person, but he could have got all this stuff since July, and that's why he looks different. Somebody said he had eyelid surgery plus Botox equals a messed up face. They probably just put a lot of stuff. I don't know if he had. He said he hadn't had any surgery, but they be lying. It's much like this lady who be exercising on TikTok. She know good and damn well she done had her titties done in her ass. Okay, you can clearly tell her body is not proportioned naturally like that. Okay, I don't know why people be lying when they know they got their ass done or their titties done. Just tell the truth. Nobody cares. But don't lie and make people think doing squats made your ass that big. Okay, I don't give a shit how many squats you do. Your ass is not going to get big like that unless it's naturally big. And that's on everything. If that was the case, nobody would get shots or surgeries. They would just go do a bunch of squats, get their ass big like that. And your breast is not going to get big like that either from exercise. It can lift up and make it look bigger, but hers is clearly bigger, and it looks like she done had her breast done in her butt. And that's just on everything. I don't know why they get up on TikTok lying like they doing exercises and it made them look like that. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But anyway, he might be lying about the eyes stuff because he do look a little bit different. Let me show y'all again. But I know Botox can do a lot, and it can make your face look stiff and everything. And see, not just women, men do the most too, trying to look younger. Because again, and this is certainly true about women, when you're on TV or you're doing certain jobs, they don't want you looking old and worn out. Okay? They want you to look youthful and vibrant. And even people do. You know what I'm saying? When you meet somebody of the opposite sex, they're looking. You don't want somebody that looking tripped out and looking like they about to pass out or die any minute. Shit. And looking unhealthy. Shoot. I know that's right. I don't know why these women be lying and shit. You can tell when you feel on them anyway. That's crazy. They do the same thing. Some of them do the same thing with makeup. Put all that shit on, right? And when they take it off, it look totally different. Totally. That's why I don't believe in wearing all that damn makeup, because I still look basically the same. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit more improvement if I have on makeup, but I basically still look somewhat the same. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they be doing all that shit. Be looking totally different, especially like they get on TikTok and social media, YouTube, and they be looking like a whole different person. Even me and be wearing makeup. Look totally different when they take it off. I would be like, yikes, and be gone. If I met a dude and he had on some makeup, he looked totally different, and then he take all that shit off and you looking a hot ass mess. I'm like, bye, dude, because you doing too much here. You know what I'm saying? Even dudes can get breasts, what's the name, in their chest to make them have, pecs, pectoral muscles and all that stuff. They be doing a lot of stuff, man, especially out here. You fake all the way. But anyway, hopefully he's okay. He need to lighten up on that little plastic, whatever he's doing, Botox or whatever he's doing. Because sometimes when you do too much, it just make you look unnatural. You know what I'm saying? You just want, when you get Botox, you want to get a little to complement you. It just improves you, not change you up all the way. You know what I'm saying? Just a little. They go overboard. They get addicted to it because they feel like they're looking younger, looking like their old selves. But in reality, they don't look like their old self, and you still look older. That's why I believe in just doing a little bit of things. You can look like you're aging, but you don't want to necessarily show every effect of aging. Much like when I wear concealer. You know what I'm saying? I wear concealer around my eyes to minimize the effect of any lines I may see or whatever the case is. But I'm not gonna like try to do it where it's so perfectly, because you can clearly know that I'm a little bit older. So why would I be trying to look like I looked 5 years ago or 10 years ago or 20? That's stupid to me. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. If I like a long time ago, I was going to get augmentation, right? And I was going to do it to make everything look like it looked before. I wasn't going to like be crazy. Some of these women be all little in the waist and they chest be all small and they have big old breasts. It don't even look right. Same thing with the butt. They'll be little as hell. Their thighs be like toothpicks and their legs be like toothpicks. And they have this big, gigantic behind. It don't even fit with their bodies. And then these men be walking around talking about, you look good? How? And I don't have to be a man to say this, because some women are bisexual. I know when a woman look good. I'm not bi, but I know when a woman look good and when she doesn't. If you're going to get an augmentation or butt enhancement, it should complement your thighs, your waist, your hips. Same thing with your breasts. It should complement your chest side, your rib cage side and all that. You shouldn't be super skinny with big ass titties. It don't look right. Super skinny with a big ass ass. And then they be doing it for men. When you get these surgeries done, you should be doing it for yourself. Okay, yourself. When I wear concealer, I do it for myself. Okay, if I wear Spanx, I'm doing it for myself. Okay, not for some damn man. Because if a man looking at you just because your body is sex, he don't really want you, girl. He just wants sex. Y'all got to start getting smarter, and then wonder why you can't find a real good dude, right? And you can't find a dude that want to take care of you or help you or whatever the case is, because you're attracting him with the wrong thing. Damn. That's why y'all be getting these damn losers and stuff that don't be doing shit but having sex, getting all the benefits of a marriage but won't give you a ring and marry you. And then some of them will marry you, but they won't stay faithful. So again, we got to get smarter. That's women and men. Stop letting people use you. Men let women use them for money. Some men try to use their money to get women. That's why they can never find a woman that really wants them. Okay? Or one that would stand by them if they lose their money. One that won't use their asses because they stupid. They're using their money to get women. And then they think because they get some fucking sex, they doing something? Are you stupid? I don't know what's wrong with some of these people. I say that over and over again, y'all. I say it every day, But anyway, that is it with breaking news. I told you I was going to go over a couple stories. Now we're going to go into our regular topic, okay? And again, my prayers are extended out to any victims of these stories that I gave you guys today in this week period. And my prayers go out to anybody who lost loved ones. and things in these stories that I told you guys about the entire week. All right. So now we're going to move on to our reaction time. And I'm going to be telling you about at least 20 plus life saving things you can do. If I don't do 20, I'll do 10. And I may come on throughout the week and give you the rest of them. Okay. Because it's already 1:22. All right. And I've been on here for an hour and 5 minutes, and I won't go over 1 hour and 30 minutes. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. All right. Now, I'm not making these things up myself, just to let you guys know this. Okay. I never do. I'm always using a study guide. All right. Like you do in college and things like that. Or if you're giving a speech or you're on a show or whatever the case is. Anyway, let me go ahead and give you some things that you should remember. Okay. And they could potentially save your life or help you in a time when you need it the most. I can think of maybe one or two straight off the bat that I can tell you that I actually use. And one of them is, okay, like, when I was telling you guys about the time when I was driving. Now, let me do a disclaimer. I am not telling you to do any of these things. That's the first thing, okay? I'm just basically reading the article, telling you about some things that you can do to keep yourself safe. It doesn't mean you're going to be able to do these things. It doesn't mean that you should do them, okay? And some of these things, if you do them, can cause somebody else to be in situations or either hurt. So make sure if you do anything, you're doing it because you're basically defending yourself or your children, okay? Point blank. Or you're trying to save your life or your children's life or somebody else, okay? Point blank. That's my disclaimer. This is just for educational and entertainment purposes only, period. All right. So one of my life-saving hacks that I use is the fact that I used to always tell myself, if I can't get to my weapons, okay, and I say weapons because I carry more than one thing, okay, and I'm giving you a stun gun if it's legal here in the state. Yeah, I'm gonna get a good one too. But anyway, in case you can't get to all these things, because sometimes you can't get to anything. Like if I'm driving or something, and like what happened a couple years ago, 2 years ago, when a dude ran up to my car in an aggressive manner, like he was going to beat the hell out of me, instead of me trying to grab a weapon or something or do other weird shit, certainly I did not stay stopped either. I just used my car as that, okay, to stop him from jumping up on my car, busting the windshield out, and pulling me out of the car, okay? So that's one of my little hacks. I always thought if somebody walk up to my car and they're about to do something, I'm not just going to sit there and be in a twilight zone. Okay, I'm going to use my car as my defense mechanism, and I'm never getting out or letting them in my car. Okay, another defense thing that I learned about is like the time I was at the park and the dude was trying to kidnap me, and this was back in 2021, right? I think that's when that was, when I was at the park when he followed me. And he was a Cuban. I finally realized what he was. I mean, what he is. Okay, because they look black, but he's not necessarily 100% black. But anyway, that's what he is. Okay, so I didn't have my weapons or anything. I didn't have my purse or anything. But I'm going to tell y'all something. The reason why I let my fingernails grow long like this, they've been long like this since I was like 16, is because I actually use these fingernails for self-defense as well. Because if I can't get to my weapon or my other weapon or anything else, then I can use my fingers. You know what I'm saying? As that, my fingernails, because they are very hard, they're very strong, and they are long. Okay. And so what I had said to myself after that incident, I was like, he thought he was going to grab me and put me in that car, but he don't know he wasn't, because I was going to use my fingernails and I was going to go to every vital organ from his neck all the way to his eyes until he let me go. And that's on everything. They would tell you often, if a man grab you and you can't get it loose, you better go for those vital organs. And that's on everything. A place on their bodies that's going to make them stop, even if a woman do it. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys got real fingernails, because I don't know about the artificial ones, you better use that as a weapon. Keys or whatever, pen, an ink pen, anything. Don't ever let somebody put you in their car. Even if they have a gun, take your chances to get shot right there on the street. Because once they put you in the car, they're going to do everything and plus probably kill you. So I don't believe in letting people put you in cars and shit. And like if you're in an Uber or a Lyft, first thing first, my daughter gave me this hack yesterday. Don't accept rides from people who just started. Okay? Make sure the driver been driving for Uber or Lyft for a couple of years. Because if they've been driving for Uber a couple of years or Lyft, they're less prone to be a trafficker. Now that doesn't mean they won't be trying to do other things, but it's they probably won't. Okay, you need to research to see crimes involving Lyft drivers or Uber drivers and see how long they work for these companies. And when you pick out a driver or something to take you somewhere, look at how long they've been working for the company. Also get a good look at them to make sure when they come it's the same person. Make sure the car matches the license plate. Sit in the back. I like to sit right behind the driver, okay, not the opposite side because they can see you. Now, when I used to do Lyft, I used to make people sit opposite in the back so I can see their ass. Okay, but as a passenger, I'm sitting behind you because if you take me somewhere and I'm telling you to let me out and you don't, you know what's going to happen next. And that's on everything. You got to protect yourself. You can't be panicking. You have to think calmly and know what to do in case of situations. Okay, don't wait till the things happen. Be prepared before it happens. Practice. Don't practice on another person, but just practice if it's like a person is there. Especially like, trying to use a weapon or something because you may make a mistake and actually hurt the person, or any type of move they teach you in self-defense class because you can hurt a person for real. So I just say practice and simulate it, maybe do it with a doll or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Now I did practice with a person, but I didn't use an actual weapon. I pretend like I had it in my hand. I did because the reason why I practiced with the person is because I wanted to know, like when I was driving for Lyft, I wanted to know what I would do if somebody come behind me in the seat behind me. What would I do if they have a GUN or a KNIFE? How would I get out that situation? So it's good to practice stuff. I'm telling you, even like in cases of an earthquake, I know that they may panic. I may even panic a little bit, but I already got everything set out. And just in case we do have one, what we need to do, in case I'm not around them, I'm getting earthquake insurance again. I used to have it, but I changed policies and then added. I'm getting earthquake insurance and everything. You got to stay prepared. That's why a couple of things you need to have. You need to have life insurance. It's best to get a term life insurance policy. Okay, you can't get cash back from that. Okay, you can't borrow from that like you can a whole life insurance. But with term, it's cheaper, it's more affordable. Okay, and you can get one without having an exam, and I think it's like 25, 50,000 under. But once you start getting up to higher policies, they start asking you to take an exam. Okay, so you get a life. They say if you are poor or middle income, you get a super duper good life insurance policy. You know what I'm saying? So that if you die, especially if you're younger or you got young kids, if you die, your family will be set. But if you can't afford that, I still say having some type of life insurance policy is better than not having any at all. Okay. And even though they say you don't have to get your kids insurance policies, I think you should find out how much a child burial costs, funeral, and all that. And then you get a policy that may be a little bit more. Okay. That's what you do. One that you can afford them. And Gerber is pretty good in that area for little bitty kids. Okay. For older people, I don't know which one is the best because them prices be like high as shit. But I do see this dude come up on TV that I wish I could be the person. But anyway, and he advertised Colonial Penn. I don't know how cheap they are, or anything, or if they're expensive. I'm gonna check them out. AAA, I think, got life insurance. A lot of these different people have life insurance. Okay. Gerber it's got adult life insurance, but I find that Gerber is kind of super expensive, just like Globe. Okay, so but you can check them out to see which one works best for you. And then another thing you should have is if you rent an apartment or home, you need to have renter's insurance. If anybody break into your house or a fire or water damage, those insurance will cover that. You don't have to worry about stuff. Okay, so if you see somebody in your house breaking in, you got insurance. You don't go up there and try to be Captain Save-A-Ho. You let them get the shit, and you can collect on your insurance. Okay. If you're in California on the West Coast, you can get earthquake insurance. If they have an earthquake, even a small one, and damage your stuff, you can collect on it. Okay, so then you'll get, of course, if you buy a home, you're going to have homeowners insurance because most of the time it's included with the mortgage. Okay, but you need to have car insurance because if you get any type of accident, you want to be covered. Get what do you call that? When the other person don't have insurance and you get that insurance too, just in case that person don't have it and cover your car, get that. Because when that old bat ran into me a couple months ago, she didn't stop. Okay, I thought she was, and she didn't. And my insurance covered my car. Now I wish I would have had that Uber app on, because if I would have had Uber app on, my car would be fixed already because Uber would have paid for it. But I didn't have it on and stuff. But make sure that you check your policy too, because some insurance policy, if it's a hit and run, they don't require a deductible. Okay, because I was trying to figure out, why do I have to be a deductible when this lady hit me? And I have to come up with that money in the midst of paying everything else I'm paying. So that's why it's taking me a longer time to get that little stuff done back there in the back. So make sure you check your policy to make sure that you don't have to pay a deductible if somebody hits you, okay? Hit and run. Okay, so we get the life insurance, we get the car insurance, the home insurance, medical insurance. Okay, I don't care if you have to get a basic medical plan, get medical insurance, or either see if your state offers Medicaid for people who don't make that much money or whatever the case is, and get it. Don't fucking worry about what people think. Don't even tell them. It's your business. Get what you can get so you can stay healthy and things like that. And then pick the best doctors that you can by visiting the doctors, talking to them, researching your conditions or whatever you think is wrong with you, and knowing what you're talking about when you go to the doctor, so you can know what's up and you can know if that's a good doctor or not. Okay? Then besides the medical insurance, we said everything else. Let me think. Okay, because I'm thinking about everything that I have. I got to get this other insurance. It's harder for me to get life insurance because of my hypertension. Okay, anytime you have an underlying illness, it's harder to get insurance. Okay, that's why I wish I would have kept it when I was younger, and it would already be there. But make sure you get life insurance though, because you don't want to be online begging people for burials money and stuff like that, getting the GoFundMe and shit and all these other type of things. Let me think what else. Okay, so you can get short-term or long-term disability in case you're not working, right? You get sick or something. If your job offer it, go ahead and get it with your job. But if you're self-employed like myself, even if you can't afford long-term disability, just get short-term disability, okay? Aflac, they offer that, okay? They're a little bit too high, that's why I didn't get them, but I'm still going to get a short-term disability because if you get sick, they pay you, okay? If you have credit cards, if you get that little program on your credit card that charges like 50 cents, 90 cents per month, I guess, they also will pay your credit card bills if you get sick, okay? So you need to look into all these things, especially if you're not rich, if you're poor or middle income. All of these things will help you out. If you get all of these things that take care of business, it'll seem like you are wealthy because you will have all these backups just in case something happened. And try to save a little money in the bank. And also, too, have things that you can borrow money from, okay? Because you never know if an emergency situation may happen or something, and you'll have resources to go to, okay? Even if it's like check advances or whatever, just don't be using those. Just make sure you pick out the best ones, use ones that don't charge too much, and ones that you can actually pay back, okay? And they got a good payment schedule and things like that. They even have some that report to the credit bureau if you pay it on time. So you just have to check out everything and make sure you pick out what's best for you, okay? So again, those are some things that you should have in case of emergencies or just to make sure that you are straight, especially if your ass is poor or middle income, okay? Now, let me go ahead and give you the 30. I'm not going to give you 30. I'm going to try to give you 20 if I can. If not, I'm going to give you just a few. All right, so number one, let me see. So if you are depressed, okay, they are telling you that you can do the HALT thing. HALT is spelled HALT, first of all, because I know my grammar is, my pronunciation is a trip at times. So the H stands for hungry, the A stands for angry, the L stands for lonely, and the T stands for tired. Okay, so they're saying it may not save your life in all situations where you could use it, but if you are starting to feel really depressed, focus on HALT, hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. Ask yourself if you have covered those bases. Eat a good meal, drink some water, step away from stressful people and situations. Okay, decompress for a bit. Phone a friend, a counselor, someone you can talk to who you trust. Maybe even have them come over. Take a nap. HALT helps a lot with stress management. Okay, so that's what they're telling you to do if you are depressed. I find too, if you are depressed, besides talking with a friend, sometimes it's good to stand in front of the mirror and actually say things to yourself to encourage yourself to, to be happier and stuff, and just to encourage yourself to think about things you can do to decrease how you're feeling sad and lonely and things like that, and try to do something that you think can bring joy to your life. Okay, and read books dealing with depression and feeling lonely and feeling like you can't go on and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And limit that sugar and stuff, because sugar increases inflammation and that can play a role in depression and things like that. And just try to focus on more positive things and be more positive yourself and get enough sleep, and exercise because that helps with stress. Taking a walk in your favorite place, like at the park, at the beach, around your apartment or your subdivision, on a sunny day, even on a cloudy day, but better on a sunny day, you know what I'm saying, or a snowy day, or even in the rain, as long as it's not lightning outside. Okay, all of those things do help with depression, as well as listening to some soft, nice music. Not no sad music, okay, because that's going to make you more depressed. But some upbeat, maybe some classical music, or yeah, classical is good, or some upbeat music. All of those things help when you're going through depression. And certainly if you have someone that you can talk to, okay, that really can talk to you without tripping out and shit, that person can really be beneficial to you if you are depressed. Okay. The next one, y'all, let me show you the picture of this one though, real quick, of the depressed man. Okay. Number two. Okay, number two, if you are ever stuck, y'all, in quicksand, I don't know who would be in quicksand. That's crazy as hell. Okay. But if you are ever stuck in quicksand, hey Trizzy, thank you. Thank you for coming in, showing support. Oh God, I can't even believe this, but that's what they say. You lie down. Okay. It's like floating on water. The dispersion of your weight will make you float. Really? So if you are stuck in quicksand, do you think you could actually lie down? I think most people will probably be scared to lie down and they will start panicking, right? I don't know. I can't see it. But where do you find quicksand at? I've never seen it in life, ever. And I just don't know how I would be able to just lie down in quicksand. But they say lie down because you would float. So take a chance doing that versus, oh, thank Trizzy. I think I'm saying it right. Probably not. But anyway, I would try it because you want to save your life. Otherwise, you're going to get suffocated. You're going to drown in quicksand and be suffocated. Number three now, before I tell you this is another trick. If somebody is following you, right, and you're driving, make 4 right hand turns, which will bring you into a circle. If the person is still following you, ladies or men, drive straight to the police station. Now, if your police station is made like ours are here in Cali, in Southern California, and you got to go through these gates and shit, just blow your damn horn and do not stop blowing it. Just blow it, blow it, blow it until you cannot blow it anymore. Because a lot of times when you make a lot of noise, people will stop. And listen, don't drive home because they're going to know where you live at. All right? But go to the police station and blow your horn. As a matter of fact, if you know they're following you after you do the 4 turns, the right hand turns, you can start blowing your horn right then and there. Okay? Just keep on blowing it. Another trick too is somebody trying to stop you, and they're driving behind you and they trying to run into your car, try to scare you and shit. Don't be scared. Fight back. Run back into their ass if you can't escape them. Because one thing about it, they don't expect you to do that. They expect you to run like a little coward. You don't do that. And then they try to stop you and shit and then get you out the car and all this other bullshit and do whatever they want to. No, you act crazy just like they act crazy. Don't be trying to hit them where your car is going to stop them, but you just do what you need to do. You don't get them, stop them from chasing, running into your car. You don't pull over to the road and get out your car like you Rambo and shit, because you never know who's in their car and if they have guns and stuff like that. Okay? Now, anyway, they say if someone ever approaches you and tries to force you into a car, do whatever it takes to stay out of that car. Your odds of ending up dead are largely increased if they manage to move you somewhere else. Fight to stay out of the car, like your life depends on it, because it probably does. And that's what I say. Okay, and my son is a police officer or a detective. That's exactly what he told me. Okay, you fight to the end. And I went to school for law enforcement at first too. Fight until the end. Okay, don't let people put you in no damn car, because sometimes, a lot of times, when you get in that car, it just does not end well. Now, granted, this girl was in a car and she got out, but that does not apply to everybody. Okay, so if you got long fingernails, even if they fake, stick that shit dead in their damn esophagus. Okay, and just all the way through it. Okay, or in their eyes if you can reach it, or forget the kick in that area where the men got. You pull that shit. Pull those two things on the side. Okay, a lot of things can stop men. Okay, a lot of things. Number 4. So they said there is a time to leave, to stop, to walk away. It can save your life. Listen to your gut. So basically, they're saying if you're in a situation, right, and it doesn't feel right, especially if you meet men on dating sites or women on dating sites or online, and the situation don't feel right, and you try to link up with them, don't fucking go. Okay? Are you desperate? Don't go. Okay, or if you need to leave somewhere and your intuition, which is a lot of time is God speaking to you, you get up and leave. Or if your intuition is telling you, don't get on the freeway today, don't drive on it, don't get on the freeway. Start listening to that voice sometime, especially when it's telling you good things, beneficial things. Now, if a voice is telling you to do bad things, you know that's not coming from a good source. Okay, so listen to your gut instincts, even when you meet men and women. If something inside you telling you don't talk to this person because they bad news, well then don't talk to them. Number 5, if you are on an airplane that crashes into water, don't inflate your life vest until after you have swum out of the plane. If you inflate your flotation device before escaping, you are much more likely to get trapped in the fuselage as water levels inside the plane rise and you get pushed toward the ceiling. Now, that's another scary situation, but it's telling you what to do. Do not put your life, don't inflate it. You can put it on, but don't inflate it until you get out and start swimming. That's what they say, right? Yeah. They said don't put on that vest. Well, actually, they said don't. You can put it on, but don't inflate your vest until after you have swum out of the plane. Okay, because if you inflate that on a plane, you are much more likely to get trapped in the fuselage as water levels inside the plane rise. You get pushed towards the ceiling. So they said find your life jacket, get out the plane, then inflate it. But put it on, just don't inflate it. Okay. Another thing I heard on another channel that they say if you sit in the middle of the plane, I believe you're most likely it improves your odds of being kept alive, saved. I don't know how true that is. I'm just telling you. Number 6, some renter advice. If you are homeless or for whatever reason have to sleep outside, find something to put between you and the ground. That's why homeless people have cardboards. They say cardboard works great, but find something. Wait, it says cardboard works great, but find something. Okay? All your energy will not warm the earth, and many people have frozen this way as the ground absorbs more and more energy. So that's why I was wondering why homeless people had cardboard. So they sleep on that, and then you can put something on top of that. Okay, that's some good information. Number 7, there is a cycle of violence when it comes to domestic. It starts with a buildup where tension and aggression are escalating. This moves to an explosion where the abuser releases tension. Following this, there will be remorse and pursuit. The abuser will start to tell you how sorry they are. Then they start to they got some typos here. They will start to charm you, and etc. This is where they blame something for their anger, usually you, and try to win you back. Once they have won you over, you will experience a short honeymoon stage, and they will be on their best behavior. And then after this, they get violent again, and the cycle just continues. It can end with you being killed or you killing them. If this is happening to you, please do some reading. It is safe. Seek some help through your friends or family. An abuser is likely to have isolated you, but they do still care and will help. If They talking about your family members still caring for help. If you are being abused, there are people and services that can help. You may not feel like it, but you are worth something, and you are much better than they are making you feel. Get out before it get worse. Like I always say, if you're in an abusive relationship, whether you're a man or a woman, you need to just get away from this person, whether they are physically abusive or verbally, because even verbal abuse can do some harm to your mental status. Okay, so anytime you with people like this, you need to get away from them because they're not meaning you any good and they don't love you either. Okay, and if they do love you, they crazy as hell because when you love somebody, you're not hitting them. Okay, they're not your dad, they're not your mom, so you're not hitting people. Okay, and you're certainly not calling people names and stuff because that can hurt just like hits can. Okay, if you sitting around here calling people stupid and dumb all day, ugly, talking about them, saying they're worthless, they're a loser, things like this affects your psyche, all right, and brings your self-esteem down and just gives you many more problems. So if you're with a person that does these type of things, you need to get out of the situation. It doesn't matter how long you've been dating, married to them, how many kids you have. It doesn't matter if they're the sole financial provider. Okay, get away from their ass. If they're violent, make sure you go to a place where they can come, and make sure you protect yourself as well. Besides filing a restraining order, that's crap. Protect yourself and just stay away from these people. All right, and that's on everything. Number 8. Okay, now they talk about a dog. They said a wagging tail does not always mean the dog is friendly. Okay, so make sure if you are if you see a dog because they're wagging their tail. It doesn't mean that you need to go up there and start touching all on them and being friendly because, they can still bite you. Just stay away from them unless the owner tell you that the dog is okay. Even then, you got to make sure, okay? Number 9, if you are near the ocean and all that water suddenly disappears or recedes unexpectedly, then get out of there and get to high ground because that is a tsunami. All right. So for me, the thing is, if you are getting weather reports telling you that a tsunami is coming, you shouldn't even be close to no water. Okay, that's very stupid. If you are getting information saying that there's going to be a storm or a tsunami, you still at the same place. Okay, you still by the water. So the best thing for me is don't be close to it. Period. If you have a national weather alert telling you a tsunami is approaching, or it could happen today, stay away from the damn water. Even if you live close to the water, go somewhere that you can stay a hotel or whatever that's far away from the place. Okay. If you have insurance, it'll take care of everything. If you are notified in advance, you can get things that can't be replaced and put it in your car and get it out of there. That house and everything in it can be replaced though. Materialistic things can be. And you'll have enough time to get your pictures, maybe your laptop, little important things like that that's probably got stuff on it that can't be replaced. But even the computer can be replaced because now you got, you store stuff in Google, your Drive and all that stuff. But still, just get the most important things and leave the other stuff there. Get your kids, your animal, or whatever, your pictures, your cell phone, your medicine, things like that. Put it in your car and get the heck out of there and go somewhere where that tsunami will not be reaching. Point blank. Why even be staying somewhere so you can have to try to run and you may not make it? Okay, number 10, if you or someone else is having a heart attack, you know what to do. Take 4 aspirins, 80 milligram a piece, okay? Or 81, it's something like that. I think it's 80. 4 of them, that's 320 milligrams of aspirin immediately. And don't swallow it whole, just chew it. So get the chewable baby aspirin, 80 milligrams, and take 4 of those if you are having a heart attack. It don't stop the heart attack, but what it does do, it lessens the effect that it can do on your heart. Okay. They said also when performing CPR, people don't usually come back to life like in the movies. If done correctly, CPR can keep people alive for hours. So keep doing CPR until EMS come and take over. Also, it will help too if you have what do you call that thing? The defibrillator thing, AED. Okay, but you need to know how to use it. I'm certified in AED and first aid, CPR, and all that. Okay, I need to go get certified again though, but I took all that already. But if you have one, what is it called? Artificial. I forgot what you call that thing, but it's AED. Can't remember the name of it, but it's AED. You can use that if you know how to use it. Okay, to help people hearts to start beating again. All right. Some people even have to walk around with one on their chest to help their heart beat again if it stopped beating because they have something wrong with their heart. Okay. Number 11, if there is heavy bleeding or a partial full amputation, throw a effing tourniquet on that limb as close to the torso as you can. Damn, these people talk like me in this article. No, so crazy. It's ridiculous. Okay, anyway, they said write the time on their forehead and do not ever loosen it. Everything you've been taught about tourniquets is wrong. They can be on for 4 to 6 hours. They can be on for 6 hours with no worry of nerve damage. The limbs will not need to be amputated. I say again, he capitalized this. The placement of a cat T will not decide amputation. Crank that shit harder than you think necessary, and then let the doctor deal with it. All right, y'all got that right. Okay. Put on a effing tourniquet on that limb as close to the torso as you can. Then write the time on their forehead and do not ever loosen that tourniquet until the doctor comes. Period. If there is heavy bleeding or partial or full amputation, like when something your arm get sliced off or some shit like that. Okay. Anyway, they said number 1, major arteries are closer to the skin near the torso, giving you a better chance of clamping them. Number 2, it will stop any secondary wounds you potentially miss. Number 3, his training was for combat trauma, triage first, and then he got civilian training later. He said he was never a practicing civilian EMT. If a paramedic has better information, please PM him any inconsistencies and he will correct them. And then he said number 4, it looks like there's many different standards for potential nerve damage time limits. The lowest I have seen is 3 from someone claiming to work in orthopedic surgery. Either way, having a derpy limb is better than no limb. Okay, so that's what he said. All right. And nothing too, don't pull the object out. I forgot to tell you guys that. If somebody has a knife in them, don't pull it out. Okay? Because if you pull it out, it's going to start bleeding more and they're going to probably bleed to death. Leave it there. Get to the emergency room or call EMS. Keep the applying pressure around that area to stop that bleeding some or whatever the case is and get help immediately. Don't pull a knife out or whatever's lodged. Let them do all of that, okay? Make sure you do that. So this is what a tourniquet looked like, I guess. Thank God I ain't never had to do none of this stuff. Well, actually I did. I forgot. Not a tourniquet like that, but I had to stop heavy bleeding on my son when we first moved here in our house because he was running. Him and my other daughter, I don't know what happened. They was fighting over a chair. I don't know. You know, kids be. In the house I had, it had like a step up. It was marble. It was real beautiful, but it was damn dangerous for kids. And you know what? He missed the chair or something. He hit his head and it bust his head open right up the top. And they all panicked. I'm the only one who didn't. It was bleeding a lot, y'all. I'll never forget that. And I had to apply direct pressure on that area. And I had to call EMS. And they took him to the emergency room. And he ended up getting staples in his head. Yep. Okay. But anyway, number 12. How to recognize when someone is drowning. Silence. While someone who is shouting is on the verge of drowning and will likely need rescuing, it's the person thrashing about in the water, not making any vocal sounds you need to worry about. Wow. When someone is actually drowning, their lungs are filling up with water, inhibiting their inability to call for help. Hairy face. Anyone who has long hair knows that when it gets wet and it sticks to your face, the immediate reaction is to swipe it away, not for a drowning person. When someone is actually drowning, all power is devoted to saving themselves. The issue of wet hair across the face is not a priority. Keep an eye out for someone in the water splashing about, but not immediately reaching to remove their hair from their eyes. Wow, that's good information to know. So if they're not trying to move their hair from their eyes, then they may be in trouble. And if not, and if they are thrashing around, they may be in trouble. And also, too, I disagree with the part where he say if they're screaming, they're drowning. I still think they need help. Okay, that's on everything. Number 13 is with a bear, y'all. Don't be silent for extended periods of time. If you are hiking in the wilderness, contrary to popular belief, bears will prefer to not get into confrontations and will most likely avoid you if you notify them of your presence in the area. With that said, if you do stumble across a bear, don't run away. Contrary to their size, bears are fucking fast. Wow. I'm just reading this how you got it on here, okay? Grizzly bears are brown and have a trademark hump of a muscle on their back. They are aggressive. Your best bet is to get into the fetal position, covering your neck. It's a vital place. That's why I say if somebody try to grab you and you're a chick, stick your damn long ass fingernails right there in that area and stick it as far as it go. You can stop them from breathing. All right. And another place they need you to cover is your stomach, because I think bears and some animals go for the stomach quickly because it's a sensitive area. You got a lot of major organs there, things like that. And then they say play dead. They will only leave once they are absolutely sure the threat is gone. So don't stop playing dead even after you sense the bear leave. So if you can hold your breath for a while, you may want to do that when they get close and start smelling. Because I tried that shit with my cat. Okay, to see what my cat would do when I lived in Atlanta. And I played like I was dead, and she knew I wasn't dead. She could hear my breathing and feel my breath. So now, black bears, contrary to their name, come in various colors, including brown. They are more slender than grizzly bears. Your best bet with a black bear is to be as aggressive as possible, making as much noise, looking as big as possible, throwing stones, large sticks, and etc. Don't bother to climb a tree because they can damn climb a tree. Okay, they're gonna climb up that tree and they're gonna get your ass. And that's on everything. In the event a bear starts attacking, go ham. Punch that damn bear, kick that bear, try to gouge out his eyes, and etc. Same thing you would do with a person. Okay? If you happen to be in the Arctic and stumble across a polar bear, those things right there are vicious, then pray to the Almighty that it hits one of your vital points and kills you quickly, because there is practically nothing you can do against them. They are much bigger than both black and grizzly bears and do not fear humans. So if your ass go to the Arctic and you come in contact with a polar bear, like he just said, pray to the Almighty that it hits one of your vital points and kills you quickly. They don't give a damn about you. They're not scared of you. They are huge and they don't play. All right. And they look so pretty. You wouldn't even think that. Number 14. This is for everybody. If someone points a gun at you, now I don't know if we can do this. Maintain eye contact with the person. Let me show y'all the bear first. So this is a brown bear right here, okay? Wait, let me see that. Okay. That's the brown bear. I'm running from all their ass, but you don't supposed to, I'm just saying. She ain't gonna be getting me so quick. Anyway, this is the other one by pointing a gun at your face. They want you to stare at the person. Okay, they want you to, no, they didn't say stare, they said maintain eye contact with the person. Eye contact makes it harder to pull the trigger. Okay, with some people, I guess. So if somebody pull a gun on you, so you're gonna stand there and just look at that person. Why would nobody never tell you if somebody pull a gun on you, try to grab that gun and push it up? Because they're not gonna expect you to do that. They're gonna expect you to be scared. So I don't know which one I would do. Number 15. If your car's accelerator pedal gets stuck or something else is causing unintended acceleration, put it in neutral. Wow. It sounds obvious, but it's hard to remember when it happens, and it won't be instinct. Turning the key off works, but could cause the steering to lock or loss of brakes. Okay, so if your car accelerator pedal gets stuck or something else is causing unintended acceleration, like my car did, put it in neutral. And you know what? That's exactly what I did that day to get down that hill. I put it in neutral to get down that hill. Otherwise, because the what's the name was on it. Wait, I can't remember. Actually, I put on my emergency brake. I'm wrong. When I put it in neutral, the car started speeding down the hill fast. Okay, it was a damn trip. But that's a different situation than this right here. This says when the pedals get stuck, you put it in neutral. Okay. Number 16. So this is the petals. I know y'all know what petals look like, but I'm gonna just show you. That's the petals. Okay, so number 16. Let's see. If you ever get lost in the woods, y'all, stay where you are. The chances of finding the way out on your own are pretty slim, and you are just creating a larger search area for SAR. Also, tell people exactly where you are going and when you'll be at home. If you're not home by X time, instruct someone to call for help. That's a good plan. If you ever go on hiking, yeah, just let people know if I don't be at home at a certain time, call 911 and tell them exactly where you're going and make sure you stay in that exact area so they'll know where to search at. And if you do get lost, yeah, stay in the same place and make sure you have self-defense things with you just in case. You know what I'm saying? For real. And some water and some kind of food, just in case if you get lost in the woods, you'll have something to help you, stay nourished, and then water. And make sure you bring something with you that you can use for self-defense in case of animal. And I ain't talking about no damn knife. You can have a knife too, but bring something else with you out there, okay? That's on everything. And try to get yourself a compass too when you go hiking, and make sure you know how to read it. All right, because sometimes you're in the woods, the cell phones don't work. But make sure your battery is charged up though, because sometimes they do work. Especially if you get up on a tree, if you can climb a tree and get up high, or whatever the case is. It's sometimes it'll work out there in the woods. But keep that cell phone charged up, and maybe carry one of those portable chargers that you can charge your phone up. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be out there in them damn woods, you can't be playing out there in the woods when you go hiking and shit, because there's a lot of stuff. And make sure you go early, not too early, because if you got there too early, animals be out there. Just like if you go out there too late, animals be out. So it's a good time to go. When I used to go hiking, I would go like at 11, okay, 11 a.m. And I never went off the trail, and I never went that far. Okay, and I did have a weapon, of some sort, and I did have water. Didn't have no food really, but I had water. I did have gum and stuff like that in my purse, maybe a little piece of candy or something, but not no food. Because you got to carry all that stuff. But I had all of that stuff with me. Why is this on here? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Shit is this on here? Let me hold on. Let me turn this all the way down. And so I did have all of that with me and everything in the woods and stuff. So anytime you go hiking, just make sure you carry stuff with you and some, little small first aid kit and stuff like that, because you never know what could happen. And stay on that path. A lot of people get lost because they ask to be trying to explore and going different ways and shit, going out there by themselves. Take somebody with you, a couple people, okay, and talk. Don't be all quiet out there and shit, because animals be intimidated when you make noises and stuff versus not saying any damn thing. You got to let them know you ain't scared. You know what I'm saying? And people too. When anything see fear in you, that's when they start messing with you. Okay, I kept them dogs off of us because even though I was really scared, I did not let those dogs sense that. I told them to get the fuck back. I'm gonna fuck them up. That's what I said to them dogs. Okay, and I kept them back off of us. They didn't bag down like you would think, but they didn't get no closer. And that's all everything. And then when that dog took off and ran out after my son, who got out of his hiding space, make sure you tell your kids if they're hiding, don't fucking move from their hiding space. Okay, when he moved from the hiding space, the dog came out. I mean, the dog started left from me and started chasing him. Child, please. I ran after that dog and stopped that damn dog. And the dog turned right back around and came back at me again. I told you, you better get your ass back, because I'm not allowed to fuck you up if you come over here and you bite me. I was going to fight that dog back that day. That's on everything. And that's the type of spirit you got to have in you. Okay, you can, ow, help me. You be saying help me and ow as you fucking whatever up at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you guys this because I had to do all these things. Okay? This just happened in 2000, and out here in Cali, like always. It just happened in 2018, somewhere around that time. And they just started trying to attack us out of the blue. We wasn't even doing anything. We was just walking on the trail. And them dogs are vicious, the ones that was coming after us, 2 of them. But anyway, number 17, sleep with the doors closed. Fires while you sleep can leave your room almost completely untouched if you close your door. Now, that's something I have a problem with. I got smoke detectors all throughout here anyway in the sprinkler system. So all my detectors and sprinklers will go off. But I got a problem with sleeping with the door closed, y'all, because I figure like this. I need to hear the door. Even though I got that ring inside and out of my place, I still need to know if I hear somebody so I can have enough time to get what I need to get. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have other devices so it can wake me up. Okay. And hopefully we don't ever be in a fire. And I already got a backup plan for that too, because I have a patio. You know what I'm saying? That we can get down if we need to. All right. But this article says sleep with your doors closed. Okay. In case of a fire. They said sometime when the doors is closed, the fire does not touch the closed door room. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they're saying. Okay. Number 18. Okay. Number 18. Number 18. In the event you need to break a car door window, don't try to smash the window dead center. Car door windows should be tempered glass, which is much more brittle along the edges. So strike there. So don't be trying to hit the window in the middle. Okay. Hit it at the edge. Okay. Strike it there with something in your car that you have that's hard, which most people probably don't have. Um, in that area. Now, me, y'all know I have a glass breaker and a seatbelt cutter. Okay, let's keep it real. It's on my keychain. But even with that, you need to hit the side, the edges of the window. Okay, just like you cut the seatbelt with a razor, if it locks in place or whatever the case is, and you in an accident and you can you're alive and can move, you can cut that shit quickly. But it's on my keychain, which is really easy to be easy accessible. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're gonna break the window out if you don't have anything in your car. Okay, you probably can take off your shoe, I guess. Okay, and use the heel. I'm just thinking the heel of your shoe and to break the glass at the edge, or maybe let's see what else can a woman use that we have in our purse. I don't know. I don't know if a key would do it. I don't know for sure. Maybe the heel of your shoe, like especially if you have on heels. Now the spike heel may do it, or like a heel like that. I don't know anything else that we carry in our purse besides the GUN. Maybe you can use the corner of that to break the window on this corner. Of course, if you have the gadget like I have, you can definitely use that. But I don't know what else you can use in your car that maybe in the car where you can get it. Now, if you have like a trunk that you can get to, you may can get something out of there to use it for that as well. But if you get into your trunk and it has a release on the inside, you can get out the car like that too. So I don't know what you would have inside your car besides the gadget I have. You need to go buy that. They got ones that are attached to your keychain, one you just keep in your car. Okay. Number 19. So this is the car. Like if it falls, that's the tempered glass that they cut. It's hard to break that glass though. I broke one with a hammer. So it wasn't hard for me. I used that damn hammer, pop, 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 and that whole windshield went out. Okay, so yeah, you can do it with a hammer if you got a hammer in your car or something like that. And I didn't hit it on the side; I hit it in the middle, and it broke right out. But they say do it at the edge. All right. Number 19. If a guard dog comes at you, look to one side and slowly turn around, then walk away. If a dog hunts you, scream before it reaches you and fight it if it didn't scare. The first has saved me from two Rottweilers once. Okay, so he's right regarding this because again, I experienced the two dogs who was trying to get us, but I did not turn around and walk away. My daughter was walking away slowly, but I didn't walk away. I tried to make sure the dog wasn't going to come after my daughter or my son, so I basically told her to stand still and just walk away slowly back. Don't turn around, just bag up because you need to wash that damn dog. She bagged up slowly at the same time, not acting scared. And I was telling both of the dogs, get your fucking ass back because I'm going to fuck you up. That's what I was saying. Okay. And I kept the dog off like that, showing that I was not scared of the dog. Okay. So, and then I didn't turn around and walk away. I let them walk away. Then my son comes out of his hiding space, which kind of made me mad because the dog chased after him then, and then I had to chase after the dog to make the dog turn back around at me. And at that time, I thought he was going to come and bite me, but I still maintained that fearless type of behavior and energy, and he just would not get up closer to me. And then his owners finally got him and shit. He better be glad I ain't have my GUN though, because that dog would have been history. Number 20, chemical burns. Chemical burns are not like fire or heat burns. Many would not immediately trigger a reflex action of pain. I lost a chunk of skin under my armpit because an industrial cleaner dripped under my rain suit. I had rinsed off my arm and didn't receive so much redness. But 30 minutes later, I noticed my shirt was soaked in blood. No pain till the next day, and by then, a quarter-sized piece of skin had fallen off. Anyway, he says, read the labels and remove any chemical as quickly as possible. using the recommended method. Water is not always the best way. Okay, so make sure when you're using chemicals, you read how to get it off of you safely. Like, for example, if somebody do pepper spray in your eyes and you put water on your eyes, it's going to make it sting more. It's going to make it worse. Number 21, don't ask me how I know. Number 21, FAST, F-A-S-T, which is a way to help you detect the early signs of a stroke on yourself or others. Number 1, face. Ask the person to smile. Does one side of the face droop? Number 2, arms. Ask the person to raise both arms. Does the arm drift downward? Number 3, speech. Ask the person to repeat a simple phrase. Is their speech slurred or strange? Number 4, time. If you observe any of these signs, call 911 immediately. Okay, so look at their face, arm, speech, and time. If their face is, if you ask the person to smile and one side of their face is droopy, then you know they may be having a stroke. If you ask the person to raise their arm, but one arm drifts downward, they may be having a stroke. If you ask the person to repeat a simple phrase and their speech is slurred or strange, they may be having a stroke. And then you need to call 911 immediately, okay? Point blank. Okay, so number 22, if an armed person tries to rob you, don't be stupid, y'all. Just give them your money, your phone, whatever they ask for. In fact, take it out slowly and carefully drop it and back away. Then, if you can, run. If they try to force you to go with them, put up a massive fight and yell, fire, fire, fire. You got that? Yeah, I told you before. Make noise. I said when somebody following you in your car, you blow that damn horn. After you turn, make those right turns 4 times, and they still following you, you blow your horn at the same time while you're driving to the police station. Or actually, don't blow your horn while you're driving to the police station. I take that back. Okay, it just depends. Because if you do 4 right-hand turns, I'm thinking since they know these tactics too, they may know that you know that they are following you. So then they may try to run into you, right? So if they do notice that you know and they try to run into you, that's when you blow your horn. Okay. But if they don't know, you drive calmly to the police station. Don't fucking get out of your car when you get to the police station, because nobody cares about that in this day of time. They'll still grab your ass if they can right there in front of the police station. So a man just got shot or something right in front of the police station. Anyway, so when you get to the police station, you blow that damn horn then to get those police attention to come out to you. And then if you can, get that person's license plate number so they can go find who these people are so they can put their ass in jail. And that's on everything. That's if you can. Now, if they start running into your car, I still say you try to run. But if you can't, you fight back with your car. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if they get you out of your car, you're going to wish you did fight back. Now, like say, if they make you stop your car, right? That's why you don't need to let that happen. But you still fight back. Okay, like if your car get a flat tire, I don't give a damn. Ride on the rims. Okay? They get out their car, you run their ass over. That's on everything. Anyway, he said people would generally run to help fight a fire. They are not so keen to intervene when you are shouting murder. So just say fire, fire, fire. Don't be going help, help, help. Because sometimes people think it's your boyfriend or something else. They don't want to get involved. Just say fire, 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 fire. Okay, that's what you do. And they said never go to a secondary location with a robber. This is where you get murder or RAPED or both. And I said the same damn thing. Okay. This lady said a lady in Pennsylvania, some poor woman was harassed in RAPED on the train where there were other passengers nearby. None of them called 911 or helped her. Instead, they took out their phones and recorded it. I think I've seen that video. That's a daggone shame. Number 23. Now, this is for y'all when y'all be driving like psychos out there in the snow and rain. This is really telling you what to do. So if your car is skidding on an icy or wet road, steer in the direction of the skid rather than against it. So if you're skidding to the right, steer your steering wheel to the right. Don't steer it to the left. If you're going to the left, you're sliding to the left, steer your steering wheel to the left, okay? And they say do that because you have a better chance of regaining control of the car, and you avoid the risk of flipping your car over. If your car is going right and you steer it left, you're going to flip over. or get into an accident or get more damage. And they said, do not slam on the brakes. Okay, and I'm glad I read that so I can know that. So if your car is sliding, steer your car the same way you're sliding. Now, if you're sliding into the damn ocean, oh no, you can't jump your ass out the car. You know what I'm saying? If you got kids, definitely teach them how to do that. Cause damn, can you imagine sliding into the damn ocean? Shit, and you steering your wheel the same exact, your steering wheel the same exact way? Shit. Number 24, 911 is not the emergency number in most countries. Find out what the emergency numbers is in whichever country you are planning to visit. So if you're going to London, you need to find out what the emergency number is. I forgot what it is. Okay, if you're going to countries of Africa, because you know Africa itself is not a country, it's a continent. I'm tired of y'all saying that on social media. So if you're going to Ghana, Kumasi, Ghana, okay, find out what their emergency number is. It's not the same as ours, okay? Number 25, former 911 operator here. Don't feel bad about calling 911 unless it's very stupid, like McDonald's screwed up your order. If it's not an emergency, they tell you to call the non-emergency. An emergency is not just a violent crime, it's a crime or potential crime in progress. An issue affecting safety or medical emergency or fire department issues too. Also teach your non-English speaking family the word for their language in English in case they need to call 911, okay? Number 26, if you're ever in a situation where your partner chokes you, get out of there as soon as you safely can. This is why the number one indicator that they will, in fact, kill you. This is one of the number one indicators that they will, in fact, kill you. Now, the thing about it, I say, try not to get yourself in a situation where your partner is trying to choke you to death, okay? You know your partner is violent. Why are you still with him? Get out of the situation before it even escalates to all of that. So say if you are getting choked by him, right? You just can't get out of there like they said in this article. That's when, I know you're going to be getting choked, you're going to be panicking and shit with your hands and shit, but that's when you take your hands, if you can, and you dig directly in his motherfucking damn eyes. Okay, pull his eyeballs out. Okay? For real, for real. Damage them with your fingernails. You can even take your feet, if you can move it, your leg, your knee, and you can go upward real, so damn hard that they're going to lose their grip. And then run. Run, and do not fucking fall. If you have to bam on somebody's door, I don't know if you're going to be able to get your keys and jump in the car and all that before he gets back up. But me, personally, I'm going to run to get a fucking weapon. Okay, that's on everything. And then I'm going to be running. Okay, and that's on everything. I'm going to be running to that kitchen or wherever I keep my weapon. And if you know somebody is violent, you should be practicing and be prepared if you're going to stay with this person. That's just on everything. Because him saying trying to get out of the situation as soon as you can, what if you can't? So you have to fight back as best as you can. Because if he's choking you, he don't have your hands. His hands is around your neck. So if his hands is around your neck, you take your hands and you dig in his damn eyes, okay, until they start fucking bleeding. He's going to let you go, okay? Or you can do the knee if you can. I don't know if you'll be able to do that, but if you can, you bring it straight up hard as you can. You know, in that area down there, if it depends on his height and everything else in yours, then you make him do that too. But, you know, be prepared to run to get you, not just run out the house unless you just can't get to the kitchen to get anything, or you don't know how to use, or you're scared he may take it. Run out the house. I don't know what else to tell you, just to run. You know, if you can get in your car, you can do that. You know, just whatever you think you need to do it. Because when he catch you, he's going to be mad. But if you do them eyes, he probably won't even be trying to run after you because he ain't going to be able to damn see. Okay? He's going to be bleeding. He's going to be trying to take care of that. And try to keep a cell phone on you at all times too, so you can be calling 911. Okay, so number 27, flammable and inflammable means the same thing. Flammable things can burn very easily, like a candle wick. Inflammable things need not be easy to ignite, like magnesium. But once ignited, they burn fast. So if you see this sign, stay away from stuff or don't combine chemicals together. Make sure you check chemicals too to make sure you can combine certain things together, because some things can cause a chemical burn or certain smells that can kill you, or even fires or explosions, okay? Number 28, purple flags at the beach mean dangerous sea life in the area. Most people understand the other flags, but purple can be confusing. So if you see purple flags at your beach, okay, it's dangerous things in the sea, like sharks and things like that. So stay away from it. Okay, point blank, because you are not going to be one with no damn whale. I mean, no shark. He's going to be one with you though, because he's going to be trying to bite you and eat you. All right. Number 29, most drunk drivers' death happen on Saturday night, y'all, between 1 and 3 a.m. Avoid the roads during these times if you can help. So on Saturdays, try not to be out there driving between 1 a.m. and 3, okay? Because that's when most people have accidents with drunk drivers. All right? On Fridays too, shit, not just on Saturdays, Fridays too. Number 30, you know you can give yourself the Heimlich maneuver, okay? So you can look that up because I'm not going to go into it, but you can give yourself, if you are getting choked, I do kind of remember it, but you need to look online just to know for sure. I do know if there's a chair there, you're going to bend over the chair up in that area where you basically do the Heimlich maneuver, and you're going to push down, on that area until whatever you are getting choked up comes up out of your mouth. And I'm going to check that real quick, and I'm going to tell you guys, just from first aid, I kind of remember that. All right. Just from first aid. So all of these recommendations that I just told you came from 30 life-saving tips that aren't hard to remember, but can make a huge difference. All right. And let's see. What did I just say? I was looking up. Oh, how to do the maneuver, the Heimlich maneuver on yourself. Let's see. How do I do the Heimlich maneuver? You can even do that on your dog too. Okay, so one day when you get a chance, look up how you do it on a little bit of kid, a baby, because kids and babies are different. Okay, a old person, just a regular adult, somebody who may be suffering from epilepsy. Find out how you do it on an animal too. Okay, like a dog or a cat. So the way you would do it on yourself is that you would basically, let me see. So you're gonna what you're trying to do is give yourself, like I said, you're gonna push down in that area, right? Because you're trying to do an abdominal thrust, okay, which is the Heimlich maneuver. You're gonna place, you can do it two different ways. You can place your fist slightly above your navel, okay, and then you're gonna grasp your fist with the other hand and bend over a hard surface like a chair, okay, and then you're gonna shove your fist upward, inward, and upward to try to, force whatever you swallow up out of your throat, point blank. So again, if you have to do the Heimlich maneuver on yourself, you're going to take your fist slightly above your navel. So look at where your navel is right now. Make a fence. Don't do the actual thing on yourself. I'm just telling you to just know how to do it. Okay, you're going to place your fence slightly above your navel. You're going to grasp your other fist. You're going to grasp your fist with your other hand. I'm sorry. And then you're going to bend over a chair. Okay, and you're going to shove your fist inward first, then upward, inward, then upward while you bending over the chair. When you bend over the chair, it's going to make your fist go harder up in there. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to go inward and upward and keep on doing that to whatever you're getting choked off of. If you swallow something or something like that, it comes out. Point blank. That's what you do. All right? And the way you would do it to somebody else, you stand behind that person. If they standing, place your arm around their waist and bend them forward. Clench one fist and place it above their belly button, navel, and put the other hand on top of your fist and pull inward and upward. And repeat that up to 5 times, until they, whatever comes out, come out, and they can breathe again. All right? It's a lot of stuff, y'all, and you do it differently, I think, on kids and babies and things like that. Okay, so it's just good to take a CPR class for infants and adults. Okay, it's good to take that and get certified in that if you can, or just at least look at a YouTube video and they can show you how to do it. And just practice on a doll. Okay, you can practice the Heimlich maneuver on a doll, or you can practice it, on a they got lifelike dolls that you actually do those procedures on. and stuff that feel like a I forgot what you call them. Because that's what we used when we did it, and you can do it on there. Okay, but yeah, it's good to know how to do first aid. You know, especially if you have kids. All right, choking, all that stuff, all that patting your back and shit. Don't do that because it keeps stuff lodged wherever it's at. I know instant reflex teaches us to pat like that, but you don't supposed to because you make it worse. Just if somebody swallows them, just do the Heimlich maneuver. It's simple. Fence above the navel, a little bit above the navel, and then put your other hand over your fence and just push inward and then outward. I think that's what they said, something like that, okay? And do it over the chair the same way. You're just going to bend yourself over the chair with your fence above your navel, and you're going to be inward, up, outward. And keep on doing that to whatever comes out, come out. And then I don't know how you're going to call 911 if you're doing it on yourself, but once you start back breathing and you get whatever out of your throat, then you can call 911 if you need to. All right? Just more importantly, though, just tell people to take their time to eat. Your kids, make sure they don't put nothing in their mouth, no toys, giving them hard candy and shit like that. They have to hold in their mouth. Certainly don't eat in bed. I know somebody, well, my daughter knew somebody, a young dude, when we first moved to Texas, he was eating M&Ms in bed. He got choked off of it and died. He was only like 19 years old, too. So, yeah, I mean, I have a habit of eating in bed like that, too. But what I do is sit all the way up and eat M&Ms versus laying down eating them. So make sure you're just not laying down or laughing and talking and shit like when you're eating. Make sure you just teach your kids to keep stuff out of their mouths. Okay? And go from there. All right. So that is it for those 30 life-saving things that you can do, y'all. Okay? Point blank. And I hope you did enjoy this live. Like I said, I may do another video tomorrow if I have time. And then if I do, I'm going to give you 9 tips that could save your life in very specific emergencies. Okay, I'm going to give you those then. All right, like in a tornado, earthquake, and things like that, so you can know. All right, so I'm going to try to come back tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it will be Sunday. If I do come back tomorrow, it's going to be early because I have to go to work and stuff. Okay, and then if I don't do it tomorrow, I'm going to have to do a Sunday evening. So we will see. All right, guys. Let me go ahead and do roll call. Then we get ready to get out of here. It's already 2:12. I got to go ahead and finish, get ready, and get out of here. Anyway, thank you so much to West Adams TV for coming by, showing support. Again, guys, anytime I put a link up here, a person's name, you can clearly just go to YouTube, search, type that name in there. It comes right up to their place. Show them some love, okay? And check them out and things like that. He has a pretty good channel, and he have different videos up there. I told you guys before, he does some on, like, when you first look at the video, what do you see? And it just tells you what your personality is by depending on what you looked at, what you saw first. And then you have this other thing on it, so I can't remember what the name of it is, but he does some pretty good little videos, so check him out. And then you got my guy Ryan. He has a gaming channel. Check him out as well. He plays some really good games, like I told you guys before. Very fun thing to watch. It's very positive. It's just a nice, pleasant environment over there. Then we got Don Play. What's up, Don Play? Thank you so much for coming by, showing support. And thank you to Ryan, too, in West Adams TV. All right. Then we have, let's see who else came up here. Trizzy. Check him out, y'all. He's a gamer. Again, type that in Google and, check him out. You know what I'm saying? Because I like the games he plays because they have like a real beautiful color and scenery and stuff. And he talks and stuff to you a lot, too. Ryan does, too. But, yeah, he talks to you while he's playing. And he just made 1,000, so that's good. Congratulations to Trizzy. All right. And thank you for coming by as well. Okay. And thanks to everybody who is in the bushes. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And thanks to everybody who watches this in the replay. And Nightbot, if y'all have a channel, make sure you get this. This is a good tool to have, okay? Make sure you get him. All right. But thanks to everybody. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I hope you listen to these life-saving things that I told you about today, because you never know when you may be in a position that you may need to use one of these things or anything that I told you personally. You never know. Okay. And the things that I told you about is things that I already use. I'm saying that I told you about personally, not these things that I got from the article, but, the car situation, the person at the park who was trying to kidnap me, those things I did use that myself, and other things I had to use, in regards to defending myself, in regards to domestic violence. So that's why I tell you guys these things, because I have already experienced it. Okay. Hopefully you don't get into those situations. That's why you need to make good choices. Don't try to help people out here. Call police, because you never know, it could be a setup, or the person you're trying to help them from be coming after you. So you have to be very cautious out here, and just basically just think smart, and that's what it's all about. All right, guys, don't forget, if you want to show support to the channel, besides thumbing up, okay, and hitting the bell notifications and subscribing to the channel. You can also, let me put this up here, you can do that. Thumbs up, hit the bell notification, and subscribe to the channel. But you can also do a cash donation to Shay's Tube Cash App, $ Shay's Tube. All of those donations will be used to better the channel. All right, guys, there it is right there. Cash App, $ Shay's Tube. Remember, any donations are used for like StreamYard, because we have to pay for that, or whatever else you have to get. Some people have, I got ring lights already, I just don't use them for the lives. I use them for my Dollar Tree side when I do a video sitting down or whatever the case is. But you have to buy all those type of things, just everything you have to do. It's not free to do these lives like people think it is. Okay, so yeah, any donations is used to make the channel run more smoother. All right, and hopefully this weekend I'll do some different stuff in my background if I can, and I'll definitely make Ryan what's the name of mine, so you can go ahead and drop everybody links and stuff. All right. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna wish you guys a very blessed Friday evening, Friday night, a blessed weekend, and stay positive, stay focused, stay safe, guys. All right. And thank you so much for tuning into Shay's Tube, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care, guys, and be good. All right. All right. Good night, y'all. Take care.